welcome to Tarot Tuesdays, and I'm excited about the energy surrounding this week because I have just so not external, it's the internal with the self. The lovers are all about choice for your values, your belief system, your moral compass. It's all about personal options. The lovers are so authentic in their energy. They are genuine. You can feel it when you look. These two beautiful souls are asking you, and go deep, be honest with the self. Go deep and be honest. Who do you want to be in this lifetime? What will you stand for? Do you know on a deeper level? Come on now, be honest. It's just you and you and the self. Be honest about what your personal beliefs are. Do you even know what they are? We kind of think we do, but when we go deep and apply them to our everyday human existence, there's the King of Pentacles. That is how he achieved financial freedom, spiritual freedom. What will you stand for? Do you, on a deeper level, really know what that is? Do you, no matter what, in all situations, stay true to your core? And are you committed to following them no matter what? You know, the King of Pentacles always listened to his inner compass, his moral compass. He always took the high ground in all situations, and in turn, his life is whole. You know, there are times when remaining true to yourself can be heavy, hard, and tough. You know, just like I have a friend whose family doesn't talk to her because she is of a different political association. And because of politics, and they have two different, at their core belief system, two different aspects, they have turned their backs on her. And what a tragedy. Because it's not easy to stick with that core and that moral ground and taking that high path, you know, the high road. The King of Pentacles always followed his moral compass, and he was rewarded. So ask yourself, what moral difficulties do you face? How can the lovers help you? How can you understand that you don't need to do these knee-jerk reactions anymore? Everything you do is well thought out and calculated because you know your heart. You know the self-love. You know what you stand for. The lovers decipher it. Google the heck out of those signs and symbols because that's how Spirit is communicating to you. You know, the lovers just want you to choose the path that is for your greatest and highest good. Oh my goodness. Be the best version of yourself. The lovers represents finding who you are at your core. Michele and I are excited for this week. We hope that we deliver messages of love, guidance, hope. Please don't forget to post your questions in the chat. We will be with you shortly in 3, 2, and 1. God bless. Well. I'm having problems with the video, problems with the feed. Welcome. We were going to talk more about the lovers, but here we are. It is almost 7 o'clock. We're coming on early. Michele is here. Michele, tell everybody about yourself before we get started.
Hi, everybody. My name is Michele Tell, and I'm an intuitive tarot reader. My company is The Signs of Tarot. You can find me at www.thesignsoftarot.com or on YouTube. Also, I have my own channel, The Signs of Tarot. And hi, welcome. I'm so excited for Tarot Tuesday.
I hope we don't have any more technical difficulties, but because for some reason today, no matter what electronical, y'all understand what that means. No matter what I touch, it's going to poop. I don't know about anybody else. If you want to post it in the chat.
crazy things. My radio's turning on in a car that's turned off. My flashlight on my phone turned on during dinner the other night when the phone was on the other side of the table. There's a lot of energy going on, and I really have to dive back into the astrological side of things because there's a lot of planetary movement. There's the ending of a 12-year cycle happening at the end of this month. There's just a lot of kinetic energy going on. So none of these electrical things surprise me whatsoever. I'm just trying to brace myself. I mean,
Right?
you have to turn on my car to hear the radio. My keys were in my hand and the radio was blasting. I was with my daughter and she's like, what the hey, mom? I'm like, I don't know. So
well, my family's used to that because shit like that happens to me all the time. People would not believe my life. And the people that are with me are like, how do you deal with this? But I do have to tell you, there is some kinetic energy in the world, and I'm feeling it. I have so many departed loved ones coming in, poking me, not only when I sleep, even though I set boundaries, but all the time lately. So if any one of you want a reading of a departed loved one, email me a picture and maybe we'll bring them on a Tarot Tuesday, but you have to give me permission and want to hear everything. And you can email me at hello@rainyday.com. Michele, what is your email in case people have questions for you or want to book with you?
I would love for anyone to send me a question. I'm happy. This is a great week. If you have a question, go ahead and email it to me and I'll hit you up with an answer. thesignsoftarot@gmail.com. You can reach me on that email. And also take a look at my website when you get a chance, www.thesignsoftarot. I do a wide variety of readings, including teenager readings, which are really popular. And they become very cyclical. I can't even say that word. I've had a lot of bookings, so there must be a lot of energy going on in the younger generation right now. I have a lot of parents booking that particular reading. I also have a very interesting intimacy reading. You must be 18 years or older. I have incredible cards that kind of dive into that side of the world if you're looking to understand what's going on in your life. So anyway, so happy to be here with you, Rainey. I love my Tuesdays. It's the highlight of my week.
Me too. So I have a really big shout out, and I don't even know, DVY News. DVYNUZ. Mark and I love you. I want to thank you guys. They said our two favorite ladies. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and then we have another troll. So I'm just going to delete the trolls and report them and remove them. So just ignore.
I just want to do a quick shout out to my friend Jessica, who for my 55th birthday sent me this amazing astrological pillow. And I'm actually using it. I'm spinning it and I put a point, and that's when I'm doing the reading for the first reading of the day on my YouTube channel. So anyway, thank you, Jessica.
Oh, that's so pretty. I love when people treat us to wonderful things. Well, I'm going to start by lighting my candle because if you've ever taken a class from me, I always open to spirit, and this is my signal to spirit that I'm ready to work. And I light the candle and invite my entire spirit team in, the angels and anybody else who wants to show up that is for my highest and best. But tonight I'm also going to be lighting some sandalwood incense for grounding because the energy is so crazy. Welcome, Stacy. Welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Incense for me just kind of brings a little bit of density. It helps me connect at times a little bit cleaner. It has been used for many, many centuries. It's very ancient. I don't know if you use incense in your practice.
Right now it's burning right behind me. I don't know. Ganesh number 8 is my go-to, and my whole house smells like incense. I've probably been burning them since I was 5 years old, literally. My whole house smells like it. So, I mean, I'm a Ganesh number 6 and Ganesh number 8 girl. And yeah, absolutely. It's just
I'm a Nag Champa kind of girl, Nag Champa. My grandmother used to actually.
That's what's burning in my kitchen right now. That's the one that's burning in my kitchen right now. Absolutely.
It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. And my grandmother that you see back here, Oz, because I am a generational psychic medium, would drive down to San Francisco, and we go to Chinatown in these little back corners and find people actually making incense, and she would buy it there. It was so cool. And I'm also tonight, I just want to kind of do a shout out to some labradorite. Labradorite can really help you with your third eye. It can help amplify the visions because your third eye is all seeing. Not only do I see with my third eye, but I've been seeing for many, many years, I see dead people.
So again, if you want to send me a picture, maybe we will read their astrological sign of a departed loved one. It's at hello@rainyday.com. So let's get busy. Hello, Dalia, Davila. I'm so bad with names. I apologize. Thank you for coming. You're from Las Cruces. Cruces. Oh my God, I love the chilies there. They're the, oh my gosh, what are they called? Come on, you have to tell me the chilies, but they're amazing. Nika, thank you for coming. Let's start with Aries this week and the energy surrounding. Now, I'm going to throw a little bit of a loop into you, Michele. Tell us about the Lover's card. For me, in the last week, and I just posted on my website, my weekly guidance, that the Lovers is about a self-evolution of self-love and your moral compass. What do you stand for? What do you think the energy surrounding this week with the Lovers would be?
Well, the Lovers, it's a perfect card right now because, like I said, we're in the process of ending a portal that has gone on for 12 years. The Lovers card is very interesting. I mean, it is the symbol of Gemini, and it is the symbol of twins facing each other. So depending on where a Lovers card fits in the tarot spread, it absolutely could mean lovers. It could mean learning about yourself in a twin flame experience where you're mirroring each other and learning of your ills and learning of your twin flames ills and trying to fix each other by coming into union. But the Lovers was the original, in the original Rider-Waite deck many, many hundreds of years ago, was known as the choice. It was a choice. So sometimes depending on where that card fits in the tarot spread, it ends up being a choice. Now, all of the different decks depict it in a different way. In the traditional Rider-Waite, which I always use, the Old Testament, the holy grail of all tarot, it's an Archangel Michael, I believe, is holding on to two people. And sometimes if that card comes into reverse, it talks about a third party situation involved in your lover experience. So it depends, but self-love is always for the Lovers. Lovers is always an amazing card to get. Lovers means yes, in a yes and no question.
It certainly does.
It's a definite yes, but depending on what falls around it, it kind of, we'll incorporate it into these reads. I think we're going to do the same. Let's pick two cards. And wherever it falls, whether it's love or career or family or siblings or whatever it is, let's just dive right in. Let's start with Aries.
And I want to bring one more in. The King of Pentacles flew out as I was going through the deck to pick out the Lovers card. The King of Pentacles for me is that wonderful hippie guy who worked hard all his life. And how it falls into the Lovers card for me is the fact that he knows his morals, his values. He knows what he's willing to give up. He's worked hard. And for me, this is kind of going hand in hand. And if you go on my weekly guidance, they read together for some reason. Michele, what are you picking up?
The King of Pentacles is one of the most stable kings in the deck. But he's stable because he's been through a lot. So there's been a metamorphosis happening with the King of Pentacles. Pentacles, typically in the world of tarot, and you can't just go by astrological signs, because unless you're engaged in understanding every single house and every single sign that falls in your house, we throw out signs and it's like, oh, it's not my sign, it must not be pertaining to me. But I bet you have that sign in your chart 4 or 5 times and you don't even know it. The King of Pentacles is one of the most stable kings in the deck. He says what he does, what he says, and he says what he does, and he's the one that you can count on. The King of Pentacles, depending on also where it falls in the line of tarot cards, can also mean entrepreneurism. Just because it's a person in a tarot card, there's also an energy that comes with it. So it's not always people that connect with it. The King of Pentacles is also Father Time. So when we're talking about a different world in tarot, depending on what other cards are around, the King of Pentacles can be a time card. So it depends. I love both of them. That's a beautiful deck.
I love this. This is the Light Seers Tarot. So let's get busy with Aries. And again, I'm picking up for Aries for the week. Now, every morning on Tuesday, I sit with Spirit and ask them for each astrological sign, what do you see? And I'm an Aries, and it feels as though the Lovers card comes in so much for you because your values within your close friends and family are being challenged. It literally is like that. The the political strife in a family. One side of the family feels this way about our politics, and the other one takes this side. And there's such a divide right now. And it feels like that divide could end one of a really amazing, positive, long-lasting relationship, Aries. So I really want you to go deep within. Really check what you're going to say. Is it worth losing a friend over? I do want you to know what your morals are, what your compass is, your moral compass, your values and beliefs. But this is one of those things where you just got to go, is it really worth it? That's what I'm seeing. What are you picking up, Michele, for Aries?
Oh my God, I got to fix this lighting. That's going to be my goal for next week, is to make sure you guys can see these cards. I pulled out of the Rider-Waite deck the Four of Swords. Now, this card has very many meanings. Number one, this is the card of rest, relaxation, and meditation. You can see he's laying there in a church in the praying. It's about, to me, the calm before the storm. That's what I call this card, the calm before the storm. It's like you intuitively know something's going to be rocked right around the corner, because what follows the Four of Swords? The Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords means strife. So this is the calm before the storm. You are intuitively knowing that something is right around the corner that's going to cause something tumultuous. Now, swords are all about communication and intellect. So as he's laying there, some people say he's laying on a coffin, on the outside of a coffin. I'm not sure I buy into that, but the truth is there are three swords up above and one sword below. The Three of Swords is talking all about heartache or potential heartache, or being stuck in your head, being fearful to move forward because you're afraid of heartache. That can be in love, that can be in career, that can be something that you're passionate about. But the key sword here is the one that's here on the floor. That's the sword that's planted in truth. So this card is all about the calm before the storm. So Aries, take a deep breath. Around the corner, there may be something tumultuous that happens, but you have the knowledge, communication skills, and the intellect to get through. But it's telling you now to take a few deep breaths, because there might be something right around the corner that rocks you a little bit.
And maybe it's following that relationship. There's a fight. There's some big tumultuous thing coming your way, Aries.
Sorry.
Be very wary of it and pick your battles wisely, because you don't have to fight every fight.
The second card I have is the Star. The Star is all about healing in the world of tarot. This is my Affirminators card. This is one of the cards I use for kids under the age of 20. But I've been really resonating with this deck for the adults as of late, because there's a little bit of a whimsical, cartoonic look with these cards. The meaning of the cards are still the same. The Star card is representative of Aquarius. We're reading for Aries right now, so this could be tapping into Aquarius if it's in your chart, or if someone in your life is an Aquarius. But the Star card is all about healing. And the way we heal in the world of tarot is to narrow in and focus on the present. There's so much about fears, childhood programming, childhood trauma, and getting over the past along the trail of the tarot, that this is one of those very positive yes cards. It's another yes card, all about healing, because you've decided to stay in the present, to not go back into the past of all the things that have happened, and to stay away from the fear and the trepidation of the future. You're remaining focused, key focused on the present, and that's what's going to help you heal.
Love it, love it, love it. So let's go. We have a couple of questions. We will get you guys. Shout out to Estefani Angel. Oh, hi, Miranda, Stacy, Lonnie. Thank you all. Dahlia, Nika. Oh, I just thank you so much. Mark and the nuts. That's all I'm going to say. I'm terrible at this. Taurus.
I pulled out with my Oracle deck that I use for my tarot, and I pulled out the linden tree. Let me see if you can see that okay. I hope you guys can.
Oh, yes.
Major key elements with the linden tree. First of all, the leaves are in the shape of a heart. Okay, whenever I get a heart and a rainbow in combination, it's telling me that a broken heart is being healed and there's a new horizon for you, and the rainbow is just within reach as far as something you love or somebody you love. Now, there's a couple of insects on these leaves. Insects to me are all about creativity. It's all about making sure your creativity is not stifled. If you are an artist, if you write, if you garden, if you bake, it's telling me that that part of your life is highly depleted. Now, We're all getting super busy. COVID is lifting. We're getting back into our businesses. We're building our worlds. We're building our wealth. We're building our relationships back up from not seeing everybody for a couple of years. Time is being sucked out of our soul, but you have to carve out a little bit of time for you, because what happens is if you don't feed the want tos, then it makes the have tos twice as hard to do. I just had a reading with a kid today that we talked about that. He did mixed martial arts and he hasn't done it for 4 weeks and he's failing math. And the idea of getting up and doing tutoring for math just makes him so blue. And it's because you're depleting the part of your life that you love, the part that feeds your soul, the part that makes you happy, that makes you giddy, those passions, those hobbies, those things that put a smile on your face, because we're too busy. Well, you've got to really carve in a little bit of time for that right now, Taurus, because if you don't feed that side, it makes the have-tos, the things you have to do that you may not want to do. Nobody really wants to get up and go to the mechanic and sit there for 4 hours while they're working on your carburetor. It makes the have-tos a lot less tough when you're feeding the want-tos. And that's what we feel when we see the rainbow. Do another card for Taurus.
Yeah, and oh, because you pulling for a career?
Well, we're just pulling
And
two
we're
cards
reading.
wherever it can go, but this could definitely be a career. It's
I'm picking up career for Taurus, and Taurus, you feel like you have this,
over here.
you have this persona at work, and it's not really your authentic self. It feels like you're not being true to your authentic soul. There's a disconnect between who you really are in real life and work. And it doesn't mean that you're unprofessional if you can't be who you truly are. They need to melt together. What are you picking up, Michele?
If we're talking career, I think there's something happening behind the scenes, and it's not necessarily a negative thing. I mean, a lot of things happen behind the scenes in our workplace. They could be deciding if they're cutting people. I don't believe that's you, Taurus. I believe that they might be looking at you for a promotion. I believe your passion is coming out and coming through, but I get a very deep that there's a definite reorganization going on in your workplace. If you own your company and you're the only sole practitioner, that's not going to work for you because you know everything that's going on. So this is more geared towards people who work for other people or work in a company or work in a corporation. I have a feeling in the next few weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, they're either going to make an announcement about mergers and acquisitions or dividing assets or separating different departments. You're going to see a little bit of a changeover in the next 3 weeks, Taurus. That's what I'm getting with this card.
But I think that's a good thing because that's going to make you really take a look deep within and become your true authentic self. You have to be authentic and true to your soul. There's just no way about it. So Gemini, you feel exhausted. You need a rest. You need a break. You really need to disconnect from everything around you. I don't even know. Michele, what are you picking up? Because I'm exhausted.
I got the Chariot, which means you're on the go, 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 go. This is our only vehicle in the tarot deck, but it's also about forward movement and forward movement fast. It's also about making hasty decisions and not thinking them through at times, okay? The Chariot it's actually one of my favorite cards in the deck. And the reason why is because they go full throttle in a very even-keeled way towards something. So if there's a new passion, a new business that you're opening up, you're going to really hit the pedal to the metal and start really moving forward quickly. If this is a love relationship, well, guess what? You need to put on the brakes a little bit because you're going too fast. You're not seeing the red flags. You're not really getting to learn about each other. You're letting passion and the libido lead the way. And you're not really even looking at the solid things of what makes you and what could make for a long-term relationship. And hey, if you want to fling, if you want something short-term, then keep going at this pace. But if you're looking for something a little bit more long-term, you've got to pull back the reins a little bit. Above the Chariot is being driven by the Emperor. And many people don't know that in the world of tarot. The Emperor is the king of the kings. So you're dealing with the most solid king, very arrogant at times, very know-it-all, but very Steve Jobs, very intuitive, ingenuity, and inventive behind this Chariot. And he is driving full force towards something. This also is a very strange card in that it sometimes means changing a religion or changing a belief system. So if you are, and also I kind of adapted these days to waking up one day and becoming a vegan, or becoming a vegetarian, or going back to eating meat after not eating meat for 20 years. There's a little bit of a pattern change happening in your life right now, Taurus. So, but the other thing you also need to know is back here is the tower. You're going far away from a tower. So it tells me that even though that this is a major arcana, meaning this is a universal card in the tarot deck, giving you divine intervention from the universe, he has free will. We all have free will. Our human race is the only race that has free will of making our own decisions. And he's driving fast and furious towards something he wants to go to. So that's kind of cool if somebody's interested in love.
I love that. I think it also applies to a new business. For some reason, I really feel that this new business is going to be really lucrative. But in order for you to get it off the ground, you need to do some self-care. I really feel like your middle extremity. And when you started talking about, Michele, eating vegan or changing your diet, Gemini, it's really important that you start looking at what you're feeding your body, because it almost feels like comfort food as opposed to energy in my body. And I feel all the weight around my middle. And I have more than my pants are a little too tight. So it's time for you to start walking every morning to clear your mind and change your diet. I think it's very important for you, Gemini. So let's take a question. Ooh, let's see here. Oh, so as I'm just going to call her my angel, Stephanie Angel. Did we make the competition? She wants to know, did she and her brother make the music competition? So let's draw a card for that. I'm drawing a couple of cards. One is from the Wisdom of the Oracle, which I love, my go-to. And this is the greatest book out now. Light is the New Black. And this is her new deck, Work Your Light. It is phenomenal. It's not very thick. For those of you wanting to develop your metaphysical abilities, it is incredible. It's a wonderful self-help book, but expand that light beyond your body because it's amazing. So did they make the competition? What are you picking up?
Well, I'm just pulled out these cards, and ironically, and don't forget, if you're new to the channel, this is the Rider-Waite deck. It's the original tarot deck. I used 6 different decks during this reading. I used 2 of the same deck because if Spirit wants to come out, it's going to come out with the same card more than once during my readings. But I pulled the first 2 cards, and I shit you not, I got the King and Queen of Wands. So that's got to be a double yes for both of you making the competition. The Wands and the King and Queen of Wands are my entertainers in the deck. This is my theater. These are the passionate people. These are the people who entertain. These are my politicians. These are my teachers who are up in front of a podium speaking. These are my public speakers. Sometimes this crosses the line to be legal counsel too because of public speaking, but this is my theatric card. So to get the King and Queen right out of the top of the deck, I have to say, and I wish you guys the best of luck. Yes, I believe you made the competition with this. I will eat my hat if you didn't, because this is just unbelievable for that to come out like that.
I have chills. My butterflies are going to fly off my arm. But I also drew Unfinished Symphony. And look, it is so you. It's got music piano behind you on the egg. Egg is an inspiration of new beginnings, new ideas. So I want you guys to be prepared. Don't just sit and wait. Make sure that you have a lot of stuff in the pipeline. I don't even know what that means. But in the pipeline, in the can, whatever the can means, have it ready to roll because you cannot be caught with your pants down. If that makes sense, let me know. Because it is a yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. And what's also interesting about this particular thing is whenever you have a duet, and we only got a very little bit of your question asking if both of you made the competition. So I'm assuming you did something together, but typically one person is stronger than the other, but not with getting the King and Queen of Wands like that. They were looking at both of you as equal participants and both of you having talent. So I really like that you guys are going into this competition with that equality between the two of you, that you both have to pull your weight to win this competition.
I agree with that. I agree. Have some stuff in the can, whatever that means. If that resonates, let me know. Because I don't even, it sounds kind of dumb to me. Have some stuff in the can. I don't even know. Cancer, it feels like you need to get out and be around like-minded people. Take a course at a spiritual center. It feels like you've got these abilities that are like on the precipice of just blowing out. And we meaning spirit, wants you to make sure that you channel them in the proper way. And you can do it by being around like-minded people, their beliefs and ideas. You need to make new friends in this area.
Well, I just want to do another shout out to my friend Margot, who created Harry Potter inspired magic wands for me, because I'm always pointing with my middle finger and she thinks I'm flipping everyone off. So I now have a pointer.
I love her.
She made
That's so cool.
She needs to like stop her day and night job and just market these, all inspired from different Harry Potter themes. So I now have wands. So Cancer, I got to keep it raw. I got to keep it real, because that is what I do. This is a love card, and this is something potentially going on behind your back in a love relationship that you may or may not know, or you may know. Regardless, you're feeling betrayed right now. I'm gonna go over a little bit. I mean, this is a tough card. This is one of the toughest cards in the tarot deck, in my opinion. The Ten of Swords in the back. Communication, intellect, something was going on behind your back that really betrayed you. And this could have passed. I hope it's not something coming up in the near future. I'm hoping that this is something in the past, but I want you to know that the bottom line is this. If somebody comes into your life and hurts you on that level, if somebody doesn't respect you enough to sit you down and say, these are the problems I'm having, or this is what I'm feeling. And if somebody wants to go to that far to do something behind your back, then somehow you have to summon up the courage to say, you're not for me, and disconnect and walk away from it. The beautiful element about this card is that we do not know, there's my pointer, we do not know. We assume this person was left for dead, hurt so bad that the 10 swords but we don't know that because we don't see their face. So we in the tarot world say the eyes are open and a new day is dawning, and the swords are going to be taken out of their back, and a brand new day is arising, and a new attitude needs to break from you. So sorry for the tough card, Cancer. This is a tough card when we're talking about love. This is somebody who really not only hurt you, but deliberately hurt you, and did that because they're not in tune with their own sense of self and their own sense of self-worth to be able to sit down and say, hey, I want to get back together with somebody in my past, or this isn't working out for us, or we need to work on this. I'm not happy because of this. Somebody who goes to this length to do something behind your back doesn't have a sense of self-worth for themselves to allow this to happen. Because at the end of the day, this is somebody that was very loved and cared for by this person. And if you ever felt that way, you should never treat anybody in this way. So for whatever Cancer this resonates with, and I hope not many out there, you have my heart and my soul. Use this as a tower moment to rebuild yourself from the ground up, and to understand what you will not accept in the next relationship, what you will not allow to happen in the next relationship, and just stick yourself to that. Sorry, took a long time.
No, don't be, because as you're talking, I'm picking up that it could also be a sibling that cuts you to your core, someone that you have always tried to protect and help, and it feels like they are very damaged inside. It feels like there's a lot of jealousy. It feels like this person may not be very healthy to begin with. If this person feels, who is giving you this, who is this sibling, feels as though you've taken advantage of the situation. Mom and dad always loved you more. But I want you to know, Cancer, this is not yours. This is not yours to own. This person is miserable, and you're just the person, you're the dartboard right now. And like Michele said, just like the Lovers, I want you to know your moral compass, your belief system, and what you will take and what you don't take. I'm sorry, Cancer, but it's a beautiful thing, because now you don't have to pretend anymore. Does that make sense, Michele?
Absolutely.
So Leo's been on fire lately, because I swear to goodness, you have so much luck coming your way. It's almost as if I feel a big trip that you're planning. I don't feel it's coming too soon. I feel it maybe for next year, but it feels as though it's going to be like the great adventure. And it feels like it's going to be in a very warm place because I just feel the sun shining down on you. And I don't want you to care what you look like. Just enjoy the moment, because I think that you have a little bit of body issues about what you think about your body. Let loose, wear the bikini. Who gives a darn? Enjoy this new adventure, because you're going to meet some wonderful people. And there's a beautiful lesson. It's almost like at the end of the rainbow, you have your pot of gold.
I pulled the Six of Cups from the Crystal Vision. Six of Cups is all about nostalgia. There's a lot of meanings for this card, so let's start. Number one, if you're in an existing relationship or you've just met somebody new, you instantaneously feel a soul tie with this person, that you've had a past life experience with this person. Maybe not as a lover, maybe as a sibling, maybe as a parent, maybe as a ruler and a peasant. I don't know. But the Six of Cups talks about that level of nostalgia, of feeling so connected with somebody that you absolutely know that you guys shared soul recognition in a past life. So that's going to happen for you this week, Leo, or we're Leo. This is going to happen for you this week. Okay, this is also about reconciling with somebody from your past. It's reaching back to the past. See, she's reaching back. That's actually her as a child. She's reaching back to a kinder, simpler, lighter time in her life, and she's reaching back and wanting that happiness and that feeling. That also happens when you want to reach back to an old relationship that matters to you, and you still have a flame for somebody, or you still have unfinished business with somebody. It's also about family reunions. It's also about offering forgiveness, you offering forgiveness. But mainly, it's offering forgiveness from you to some childhood wounds that you have now outgrown. It's almost like she's saying goodbye to the child, goodbye to that part that was hurt or wounded or unsure or didn't have confidence, and is moving into a new light. So it's a beautiful card, Six of Cups, but it's very, very deep in emotions. It's very, very deep in the watery of the cups. Love, cups are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or at least the water flow. And it's also telling me for you to be fluid. What does that mean? When this person comes back from your past, or when you knock on the door to this person in the past, flow like water. Become water in a container. If they are in a super giddy mood, you be in a super giddy mood. Match the person that you're with, and immediately you guys will feel that connection back, and then you can be your old self again. I hope that made sense in a certain way.
Yeah, it absolutely did. Absolutely did. So let's take a question. Alexandria at Resilience Tea and Healing, I love you. Thank you for joining. She has a question. She made a big move and got her dream job. How can I balance work and life in this new sphere? Alexandra, what is your sign? Tell me your sign if you're listening. Let me draw a card.
I pulled two cards.
Go ahead, baby girl.
The Seven of Wands in reverse, and then the Ace of Wands, which is a brand new start, a brand new passionate start. It's a very sexual card too. It also means, a new sexual passion. You can see the sprouts all over the place. But in your world, in asking your question, it's telling you, don't allow this new position to intimidate you. Don't allow this new position to make you feel a sense of lack of confidence. Remember why you took this bold move for this new job, or if you've opened up your own business. Don't let the fears, this is all about fears, holding you back. I want to see this card like this, standing on top of the mountain, the King of Passion, fighting off everybody who comes in their way. We got the card with this, with complete excitement and bewilderment and wonderment of a brand new start handed from God. So God, universe, your higher source, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, whoever is your higher source, absolutely orchestrated you to make that move. The higher source orchestrated you to make this move in an effort to help you build your confidence again from the ground up. Whenever we start new things, we're scared. Can we? Do we have that capability? Do I value myself enough to put forth that capability? The answer is yes. This has been divinely guided. But these fears that are going to come up in the beginning, are designed for you to strip yourself down to your core soul so that you understand you can do, you will do, set goals, not hopes, goals, actionable goals that you can move forward. It's designed to bring you down a little bit so you can springboard up to complete success. So you're going to do amazing. Don't let the fear of doing something new stop you. Recognize when you feel that. You feel that fear in your gut. Holy shit, can I really do this? Yes, you can. This is being divinely orchestrated, and those fears are being divinely orchestrated so that you could rebuild yourself up from the ground up. My light just went on again.
Yeah, because, there it goes. In this house too. You're a total different house. Alexandria, you feel as though sometimes you don't feel worthy of the position that you've dreamed about all your life. Let's pick this top card. Get grounded. It says empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. You are that empath. But I want you to know that every moment has profound value, even if it doesn't seem like it at the time. I want you to go into meetings, go into work with a more open mind, not so closed, not so much 10 and 2. I really want you to open your peripheral because they are so excited that you're there, but your empathic abilities are picking up on things that are not yours. So don't forget that part of you that you need to check in with often throughout the day until you can master this new job to where you feel like I do belong, I do deserve this. Even if it doesn't seem like that this moment has profound value, accept all that life has provided because this is what you've dreamed of. Harmony is going to ensue. Be that empath, but know what's yours and what's not yours. Honey, you deserve to be there. Look at all that beautiful purple. For me, you saw this from a long time ago and you manifested it, damn it. You brought this into reality. So why are you doubting it now? Don't be afraid that you got what you asked for. You deserve it and you belong there. You need to be there. You deserve to be there. I hope this helped my beautiful friend. She says, to Michele, I feel that. Understood. Thank you. To Michele, thank you. Thank you. And be open-minded. So let's go to Virgo. I hope that helped, my love. Check in. You're an empath. Don't forget that. Don't forget your abilities. Ground, ground, ground.
Well, amazing. I just pulled this card and there was another card behind it. So I'm going to give Virgo both of these cards. First, the Eight of Pentacles. This is all about career. You're building something from the ground up. You're creating it from the ground up. Remember, when you create something from the ground up, you shouldn't compare yourself to other like-minded companies or like-minded businesses. And if you're creating something that's completely off chart, it's telling you to follow your path. Do not go off the beaten path. You have a plan, you have a business plan, and to follow it. The other key is with this card, Eight of Pentacles, this is also a card of time. We talked about some of these cards also meaning time. This is going to be a little bit of a slower process than you expect, so don't get discouraged, okay? It's also one of the businesses that you're working on or career choices and changes that you're making right now that needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. What do I mean by that? You have to start multiple projects at one time. So when one is finished, one is already in the works and one is already being started. That's what you need to do to make this particular company or position that you got a success. You can't just work linear. You can't just do one project at a time. You have to have multiple projects so that it hits at different times. That's what I say if you're in the world of marketing. You can't just send out a press release. You have to send out a press campaign. Simultaneously, you have to do a direct mail campaign, a social media campaign, an advertising campaign. So everything hits like this so that your message gets out in different ways. That's very similar to what this card is saying to you, Virgo. Now I have the second card here. If you can see the Two of Swords with the blindfold on. At some point, you're going to have to make a choice with this company. Okay, the choice can be endless. It could be whether or not to hire a particular employee, whether or not to take on a partner, whether or not to make a financial investment. It's choices that we make every day when we're building a new company or building a new entrepreneur project happen every day. But it's telling me to tell you with the cross, you're crossing. So your mental and communication wires are crossing. And to boot, you've decided to put a blindfold on. So before you make this very critical decision for this particular career endeavor, take off the damn blindfold, unfold your hands, and do the research. Make sure your ducks are in a row the way you know how to do that extremely well before you make this decision. Now, if you can see this, the waters behind are getting somewhat tumultuous. They're getting to be a little bit wavy. That's because inside, with your blindfold on, you're a little bit lost, and your anxiety is starting to ride high on this particular choice. Again, I don't know if it's about hiring somebody, firing somebody, taking on a partner, investing, getting a loan. It could be any facet of the world of business, but it's telling you to take a moment, take the blindfold off, uncross your communication, and really get your ducks in a row. Then that means research. Swords are all about the internet in the world of tarot. The tarot from the 1400s, Avi, there was no internet, but we are making the tarot in today's modern world. This is all about internet. And because I see that under the moon, I think some of the answers you're seeking are on the internet. If you research, you got to go deep, not just one layer, not just the first 2 Google searches, go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 8. And you might find some hidden information that will help you make this most critical decision that's actually causing you a lot of anxiety right now.
Could it also be not necessarily having an open mind as well, or no?
Absolutely. It's, whenever the blindfold is on in the world of tarot, it's a halt. It's a pause. It's a not seeing things as they are in real time. It's a halt.
Yeah, and it's like I told Alexandria, because she is also a Virgo. No more 10 and 2. You need to expand your peripheral. You need to see things from 360 degrees. Libra. Ooh, here's where the lovers come into play with you, because I feel like there's a lot of hurt inside that you need to do a lot of self-discovery. You need to check in with the self. Are you really on the right path? Are you with the right people? Are you doing what you feel is best for you? I feel that you're doing everything else for everybody else, and that you have lost yourself, beautiful Libra. I just feel really sad, really, really sad.
We got a tough card too. We got a tough card here.
You need a lot of healing.
Tough card, but a good card. Tough card, if you look at it from one perspective. The 6 of Pentacles is give and take, equal give and take. And I feel that the person that you're with right now is not giving you equal give and take, that you are giving more to this relationship than they are giving. And you feel it, and you felt it for a long time, but it's becoming very, very noticeable. And it's almost crossing a line of disrespect, which would go along with what Rainey just channeled as far as feeling sad, feeling belittled. It's one thing to say, the person I'm dating, well, we were supposed to go out tonight and last night and last week, and something else keeps on coming up that's more important. And you can only sweep that under the rug a few times before you say, hey, I really got to look at this, that this is not an equal give and take. I'm waiting for this person to spend time with, and they are looking at other things as more important, or other people. I can't see that within this card. But the 6 of Pentacles is all about equal give and take. So it's telling me to tell you, you've got to stop giving and turn around and give that back to you. If that person isn't going to give it to you, you need to give it to yourself. Stop calling, stop chasing, let that person come to you. It may be 2 or 3 weeks before you hear from them. You may be crawling up the walls going, what the hell just happened? I thought we had something good. It's time for you to, instead of worrying and focusing on that person, to turn that focus back to you. And by doing that, you will pull that person back into your life.
My beautiful Libra, get yourself some rose quartz, because I am sending so much love to you. And there's this saying that I channeled a while back, and I want you to write it down and post it everywhere, because we lose sight of our own truth because we allow the voice outside of our soul to rule our thoughts. And so cover yourself in self-love. Know that this is temporary. This is temporary. Sorry, Libra, but it's good to know, and you've gotten some tools to move forward. So let's answer a question. Stacy asks, she's done a variety of jobs in nursing. She's 20 years in nursing, but she's never felt confident or really valuable at work. Is it her lack of energy or focus, or is she on the wrong path altogether?
Time to change your whole career, change your whole attitude. I got the death card, which is not death, Stacy, at all. It's about complete transformation. Riding your white horse into the sun, which is clarity, abundance, and happiness. Whenever we have a sun card in any facet of a tarot card, it talks about the aha moment that comes forth to say, am I on the true path? This death card is marching into a whole transformation. Again, this has nothing to do with death. This has to do with the metamorphosis of change. When the caterpillar turns into the butterfly can never go back to being the caterpillar again. You are in a little bit of a spiritual experience right now where you're reviewing yourself, looking at your life, evaluating. 20 years, that's a beautiful commitment to a field. A beautiful commitment to a field that, if you're honest with yourself, you wake up and say is not creative enough for you. It doesn't make your heart sing anymore. Maybe certain aspects of the job do, maybe helping people, healing people, doing whatever you do in your day-to-day world. But the death, it's riding the white horse, riding the complete white horse right into the sun for clarity and abundance, moving forward and being cheered on to victory because you have the strength to make a change. This to me tells me, and again, you given my legal disclaimer, legal counsel's watching over my shoulder right now saying legal, don't ever tell anybody to quit or leave their job or leave their career. But I'm here to tell you, Stacy, that there's a whole other life for you out there waiting for you that I think will make your heart sing.
I totally agree. Stacy, you are, again, just like Alexandria, the most empathic person I have ever seen. You are very sensitive, and the environment that you're in is overwhelming for you. And I think that that not only overwhelms your vibrational energy, but I really feel like your neurological body is just constantly vibrating and just not misfiring because you are getting all of this outside empathic information that's not even yours. You are good at what you do. It's not that you don't focus, and it's not that you can't do it. But like Michele said, I don't know that's what makes you happy. I kind of feel as though you did it for someone else, like parents, so that they would know that you would be okay when, they took their last breath. They wanted to just set you up for success. But unfortunately, parents don't always understand that what is their success in their eyes is not always what makes us happy and what makes us tick in life. And the bottom line is we always want our children to be happy. So, Stacy, just sit back and take a long look and start asking yourself, what would it feel like if you lived your purpose? And then go from there. I hope this helped. We love you. You're an amazing soul. You're an amazing soul. You're good at what you do. If you wanted to stay in nursing, you could. But that empathic part of you just kind of eats away at your soul a little bit. I love you. I hope this helped. Scorpio.
Magician, the first card in the tarot deck after the Fool, takes a leap of faith. The Scorpio is the master manifestor in the tarot deck. The Magician is the only card in the deck that has all four suits. Wands for passion, drive, and action. Cups for love, and it's a big cup of love. Swords for intellect, communication, and Pentacles for time is on your side and money and stability is with you. But what I'm getting super heavy with this particular card right now, Scorpio, is that you had an aha moment, and this is a redirect manifestation. You are redirecting your life to manifest what you want for the first time in many, many, many years. This is a complete redirect. This is not just waking up and saying, I'm going to go down the same path. I own an accounting firm, and now I'm going to hire 10 more accountants. No, you're pulling out of the accounting firm and you're going to open up a cooking school. That's just in theory. This to me is a tremendous redirect for you, Scorpio, to be able to manifest everything you want in the next phase of your life, whatever that can be. We have the infinity sign above the Magician's head. It only shows twice in the Rider-Waite deck. This and this, I can talk. The Strength card. Okay, the infinity sign hanging over his head tells me that the choices that you make right now are the choices that can take you to the second wave of your life of forever. Infinity is forever. So make a wise choice. But to me, this is a redirect manifestation and not just I'm on the path and I'm going to manifest moving forward. This is a complete redirect because of
Would
an
you
aha moment with the sun.
would you do me a favor and draw a love card? Because for some reason, Scorpio came to me about some really negative life changes that have to do with a love relationship. And it's going to knock you on your feet. You're going to be like a turtle on your back for a little while. What are you picking about up with love?
The Five of Swords, which the Five of Swords is strife. You see the two swords in her
You can't
back.
make this up.
You see the two swords in her back. Guys or girls, it doesn't matter. There's no gender in tarot. Sometimes we play upon our feminine side. Sometimes we play upon our masculine side. But the Five of Swords is strife. And it is strife because you have been mentally blocked in your head for a long time. It's almost like you know the right thing to do, but you've been blocked from following the right thing to do. And the two swords in the back to me is also finding out something about your lover or your significant other, your spouse, or somebody you love deeply that you weren't expecting to see that side of them. And it really came from behind you. The Five of Swords is a tough card. It's about strife. It's about a lot of arguments. It's about, because again, swords are all about communication and intellect. It's about those kinds of fights that you say things that are so deep that they last forever. And the Five of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite is everybody with swords. You don't know who's fighting who and what's going on. That tells me there has been a lot of arguments going on, a lot of deception, and a lot of anger and a lot of angst. I think that this has been going on for a long time for whoever this is resonating with. But you also see she may have had the two swords put in her back, but she has the courage to walk away. So if anything with this situation, Scorpio, have the courage to get out of something that is not serving you for your greater good. And maybe that's part of the redirect here with the Magician. Maybe it's time for you to redirect yourself because you know inherently you're not in the right situation. Whether this is a new relationship or a long-term relationship, it doesn't matter. The message is still the same. It's not right. It doesn't soothe your soul. It's cutting. You guys don't communicate on the same love language. And not only don't you communicate on the same love language, it's almost like there's a tremendous amount of one-upping going on. Who can hurt who the most?
Never a healthy relationship. And the card that I just picked, I love these cards. It says, do not dim your light to fit in. It feels like your light is just not as bright as it used to be. It's almost as if I don't even know who I am anymore. And is that relationship truly worth not expanding that light beyond your body and being who you are? How are you dimming your light to fit in? Ask that question to yourself. You have some hard choices to make, but can I tell you, you will feel so much better in the long run.
It's amazing in this particular deck because birds to me are always the conduit between us here on the 3D, our day-to-day life, and the 5D, their ether, the universe, divinely guided. And there's a bird on those swords. So sometimes, Scorpio, you have to take those swords in the back for you to have that. I hate to say it. It's like if you hit me one more time, I'm going to leave, and then they hit you. This is the sword that broke the camel's back. And you are being divinely guided because the bird landed on the damn sword to get and walk out of this situation. Can't make it up. I mean, that's what this card's all about. Sorry, Scorpio.
Yeah.
But you know what? It could be the best moment of your life now to redirect your life, to get out of this situation that isn't serving your greater good. You know, the thing is, when people stay in tumultuous relationships like this, and I preach about this in my reading all the time, it's because you have been given a false sense of reality that you have tomorrow. No, you don't. You don't have tomorrow. So why waste more time not living your soul's purpose, not being your happiest self, not building yourself up to be the best person? These people who stay in relationships like this for childhood programming or fear, or no one else is going to love me, or I'm never.
But I love him. Oh, I want to puke when I hear that.
There you go. This is being divinely guided. So you can thank the divide for the last sword that broke the camel's back because it pushed you out the door.
Heck yeah. And a year from now, you will feel like a totally different person and wondered why you stayed so long. All right, we'll do one more reading and then another question. So Sagittarius.
Let's do Sag.
So it feels, Sagittarius, to me that you have been really working hard on a project for a very long time. And can I tell you, you're going to start seeing those little glimpses of adoration and that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, because you've built that bridge. It is time for you to start seeing all of that hard work pay off. And I see sparkles of it starting this week and starting to take hold and grow.
I got 2 cards here. I got the Holly card out of my Wisdom of the Trees Oracle.
I love that card.
It's always my December card, obviously, but it's bigger. To me, this is also very similar to the Hermit card because it's a very staged photo and it's taking a pause out of life to review something. The light is what you're seeking for. And let me tell you, if you just take a few minutes out, take a pause to review your life, review your love life, review where you are in career, review your life's purpose, there's going to be a wisdom light that turns on with you, very much similar to the Hermit card in the world of tarot, meaning you go in as a teacher, you emerge as a principal, you emerge wiser because you allowed yourself to get out of the game, get out of the rat race, take a pause, really evaluate where you are, what you're doing, what your life's purpose is, and really figuring out where do you fit on that timeline. And it says because December, because it's Holly, it's always my December card. So that's about 6 or 7 months until December. In the next 7 months, you may have some answers that you've been seeking a long time. Now, the second card I pulled for you, we got the 3 of Cups in reverse. This is a heads up that in a work experience, it's a group activity. All of you need to pull weight and you're going to end up pulling more weight than the other 2 people. And you really need to make sure you're recognized for that. A 3 of Cups in reverse is also an engagement or a wedding that's called off. The 3 of Cups in reverse is also a little bit too much indulging with friends. And cups that spill out is communication that spills out. And whenever we have cups in the reverse like that, I think, if you go out drinking with your friends or go out drinking a little bit and you guys drink a little bit too much, some words might be said, something may be revealed, some of that liquid courage may dump out something that you weren't really wanting to say. So just watch yourself a little bit. So, I mean, amazing card and amazing card, a little bit of a warning that, you know, the 3 of Cups has a lot of different meanings. And this is one of those cards that you really need to read with 10 other cards. But be careful if you're out imbibing with friends or coworkers or even your loved one, that if you drink a little bit too much, maybe a truth will come out that you really don't want to come out that harsh, giving you a warning to bite your lip.
Yeah, work on your throat chakra. Make sure before you speak, it's really what you want to say. All right, so Capricorn, and then we're going to take Lisa's question.
Capricorn. Ironically, I got the Emperor, which is Capricorn, which is the King of the Kings.
So I was just going to say, before you read further, because it matches what Spirit told me this morning, is that you really need to expand your knowledge base. The kings of each suit are always learning and growing, and it feels like, Capricorn, this is the time where you need to expand your knowledge.
Okay, but the Emperor is also the ruler. And what's kind of interesting is that big hawk that's right above his head, almost touching him. To me, this is a very big leap in a very big spiritual elevation that you're about ready to undertake, whether you're ready or not. Now, we all spiritually evolve at different times, different rates, but this is a big one. Part of me feels like you might be going from a knight to an emperor and skipping all the kings. You may be getting a very big promotion in the workplace. You may be being proposed to. You may be the one that is proposing to somebody. It tells me that a tremendous change is going to happen in your life that is extremely divinely guided. And it's telling me to tell you to keep your head on very level and don't let things go to your head, because the Emperor tends to blurt out, tends to take leadership on a little bit of a tough way. A czar is what's coming to mind a little bit. So it's telling me that good, amazing, life-changing things are coming your way, Capricorn, and that's a beautiful thing. But you got to take it in stride. Don't let it go to your head, and don't become that leader that people fear or that leader that people don't want to work for. Because right now, everybody will give you the sun, moon, and the stars to watch you succeed. So once you succeed, you want to stay in that humble space.
Show me that card again where the hawk is, because I love hawks. Hawks is one of my symbols, my spirit animals. For me, it's intelligence. Hawks are that adaptability and that spiritual awareness, that clairvoyance. So I really want you to expand that so that you are coming from a higher place of intelligence as opposed to our human intelligence. Because when you come from here, it's pure love, pure divine. Everything is from source energy and the light. So when you expand that intelligence, everything you do is of the light. And so you never have to worry about those missteps. It's kind of like Putin. Those cards, when I see the Emperor, it reminds me of Putin. It does, it does. So let's take a question. Lisa, she wants to know about job now or in the future.
Does she want a job, or what
She just said, how is work looking for Aries? How is work looking for her?
Well, a card just flew out, so pardon the top of my head because I got to get
You
it.
ready, Miss Lisa? Are you still with us? Oh, hi, Nika. We will get your question if we
Get
can.
better than this. You're going to not only get a job, you're going to get a job that makes your heart sing. You're going to get a job that makes you feel a sense of family. They're going to embrace you. I have a feeling you're going to join a company of people who have been there for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and that they immediately embrace you like one of their own. You never feel like the newbie. The rainbow, the happiest card in the deck, 10 of Cups. It's not only a job that fulfills you financially, it fulfills your soul. This is a beautiful yes across the boards.
I just believe that you own the rainbow. Right now, this big move, I call it the big move because it really is like from one side of the country to the other, is going to open up just a whole new perspective. What you see out of your eyes is all going to be new and exciting. It's going to be just this wonderful adventure. So Lisa, embrace it. You are at the end of your rainbow. All of this pot of gold is coming your way and everything you always wanted. Oh, and Lisa, bring Wendy with you. They keep telling me, show her seashells, bring her by the seashore, tell her that little rhyme as a little child, bring her with you. She needs to go with you. Sorry, but I had to put that in there. Capricorn, we did. So Aquarius.
My voice.
We're almost done, guys.
All right, I like this card in the reverse. Something that was once hidden is coming to the light. This is a tough card when we get it in reverse. This is my liar, cheater, stealer card, but we got it when it's in the upright, but we got it in the reverse. And that tells me that information is coming your way that's going to help you expand. You're going to stumble upon a research project that's going to really help you shine the light in your workplace. I like that this card has the sun behind it because you have clarity, you have an aha moment. This is also a card that something that you have lost is going to be recovered. And that can be something physical. If you lost something physical, you misplaced a watch. I'm getting a watch, a piece of jewelry. You're going to find it. But it's also a misplaced love. And if love was redirected in the wrong space, it's going to come back to you. And I'm not quite sure what I mean by that. That just came to me. It's a good card in the reverse.
I love that card. For me, it feels as though you need to detach from your fears, especially when it comes to communication and expressing yourself, because you're so attached to the limitations that the world puts on you. Things that other people put upon you, their norms, their values. And that's where the Lover's card comes in. You need to really get to know who you are from the inside out. And once you do, you don't have those fears. You're not attached to any limitations. And that communication about expressing yourself from a place of love will help you along the way, Aquarius. Do not live in fear. It kills you. Fear will kill you. Fear is paralyzing. I want you to have faith that everything is, even though you may not see it, it's kind of in that void. Just surrender to that unknown because it is working perfectly on your behalf. Whew, getting really, really deep. Pisces. Contracts and agreements. Let me expand on that. All I got was just contracts and agreements, and then I got a caution sign. And it's time to finish them. Let me think about that.
Strength, I got crazy cards here. I got Strength, and I got the Knight of Pentacles. Strength, the sign of Leo, that's August. Strength comes in when you need it the most. So where many other tarot readers read this card is you're going to be strong. I'm reading it a little bit different today, that you are calling in strength and the divine with the infinity sign. Remember I told you the Magician and the Strength card are the only two cards that have, is giving you the strength right now that you need to carry on, that it's giving you a strength in the boost. So if you don't typically pray, or if you don't typically meditate, if you don't typically ask the universe for what you need, strength, love, do it now. You have the sun behind you, which is always strength. We can't live without the sun. It gives us energy. So this is a card to me that strength comes when you need it. A lot of tarot readers read it different. Strength is here. No, strength is being called in because you need it. Now you have the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody may give you an apology. This is a very slow moving knight in the deck. So somebody that may have hurt you a while back is going to write in slowly, one step at a time, with an apology. For those of you who have been waiting for an engagement, I'm talking those of you who have been with the same person for 10, 15 years, they, he, she, it may pop the question. This is also, with this card combined next to the Strength card, this is about, don't give yourself false expectations that life changes so quickly. Things have to evolve with patience. Getting these two cards together is to reminding you, Pisces, that all good things come to those who wait, who exercise patience, because this horse is at a standstill. So what you want, the treasures that you want, the pentacles, the stability, the security, the money, the home, not necessarily material things, all things that make you feel whole and stable are coming in time. Have faith that it's coming around the corner. It's just taking longer than what you want.
Absolutely beautiful, Pisces. I want you to hand over your control to that creator of all that is. I want you to start being more faithful, because trust, just because you can't see something doesn't mean that it on the surface doesn't mean that it's not working underneath in your favor. It's always working. So you really need to reconnect with that creator. Have faith that you're not alone and you're being watched over and it's working out. It's almost as if your tapestry is being woven for you in ways that you don't know yet. Maybe that's where that contract and that agreement comes in. Maybe you're going to start making an agreement with that higher power. And so you can start walking your walk, if that makes sense. Okay, Miranda, we are done with our horoscope and all of our signs. We're going to answer one more question. And then I'm spent. This took a lot of energy out of me this week.
Hey, this was a big energy night for sure. I feel the same way.
Oh, there's a lot of energy. So Miranda wants to know, she is pregnant, if we can tell her anything about the pregnancy. So I'm really bad about connecting with gender, but I'm really good about connecting with energy. And I hate to say this, unfortunately, it feels like you're going to have another boy. And quit trying for that girl, because I just think that the boy is boy. I could be wrong. I don't even know.
Well, I got the Queen of Cups, so we might have different viewpoints. I mean, the Queen of Cups, to me, it might be a girl. My initial thought is that it's a girl. But the Queen of Cups is the queen that holds more love than anybody in the entire tarot deck. So this particular pregnancy has connected to you on a love of your sense of self, your love for this baby like you have never experienced. Now, whether or not you have other children, and we all love all of our children, and we all love all of them, but this particular pregnancy is doing something for you. You see, she keeps her eye on the prize, and the prize is herself. So it's telling me a little bit more than what you wanted to ask. You better take care of yourself during this pregnancy. Don't wear yourself down. You've got to keep your eye on the prize. And for you to have a healthy pregnancy, it's telling me to tell you that you've got to take care of yourself. Now, whether or not you have other kids that you have to take care of, and 5 jobs and family and parents, or I have no idea what your story is, but you need to carve out time for yourself. I'm going to go with a girl. I'm going to go with a girl that's big. Like my child, my Devin was 9 pounds something out of my 5 foot tall body. So I mean, I had a 9 pound baby.
9 pounds came out of you?
Out of my baby. So
oh no, they're taking it out through the stomach. No way.
So I'm feeling a sense a little bit, but I also feel that if I don't know anything about you. I'm just reading what the cards are telling me to read. If this is your first pregnancy, then you're handling it like it's multiple. If it's multiple pregnancies, your feet are firmly planted on the ground here, and that you know how to feel what you need to feel, and you know that things are going to be great. It's just telling me for you to take time for yourself and to watch yourself. I'm getting girl. We'll see.
Well, you know what? When I pick up male energy, it doesn't mean that it's not a girl, but it means that maybe that little girl might come out like with a baseball bat and wanting to eat dirt and play with cars and just be more tomboyish like I was.
Hard because we possess both masculine and feminine. For at this moment, that's how your baby came across to me. Maybe they're in a very loving, emotional space, and I'm feeling female. Next week, if you pop back on, I may feel something different. But because she is behind a blue sky here, and most of the queens and kings have yellow behind them, and this one's behind a blue sky. So you may be right, Miss Rainey, but for me, it's just kind of telling you that you really, with this particular pregnancy, you need to make sure that you really take care of yourself.
So I have to give you a little bit of a hint about Miranda. She has all boys and she really, really, really wants a girl. So who knows what we're picking up? She says she's really, really early. But yeah, Miranda, please take care of yourself. Stay off of your feet more often. It feels like you're going to swell a lot, and we don't want you to go into that gestational diabetes. Really, really watch what you're eating. I'm with Michele. Take good care of your body. Congratulations. Let us know. I can't wait. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming. Michele, you did awesome as usual.
You are awesome as usual. Thank you so much for letting me share this time with you, with your watchers, with your viewers. If you want to check out my YouTube channel, it's thesignsoftarot.com. My website is thesignsoftarot.com. You can see all the different spreads I do. I'm still doing Zoom spreads. Anyway, it's always—
Give them your email.
My email is thesignsoftarot@gmail.com. So you can find all of that. You can find me. I'm licensed in psychic arts here in Las Vegas, and I read personally. I read for a lot of corporate events and private events. I just did an amazing bar mitzvah that was 3 hours, and I ended up staying 6 hours because I wanted to get all these built. So it was a lot of fun. But thank you for your time. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for so many of you guys stick with us this entire hour. It's really a blessing to have you guys a part of Rainey's tribe. And thanks for welcoming me in.
They're your tribe, my love. We are a team. You are magnificent. I've never met anybody who can read tarot so incredibly well, and not general, specifics. And I love your saying, you give it real and you give it raw. And that's what I love about you. You are incredibly talented. Guys, book a session with her. We will see you next Tuesday. Michele, I love you.
Love you too, Rainey.
God bless.